Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Tomorrow, the Senate will vote on funding for the national defense. It will offer a test for our Democratic colleagues. Will their party's impeachment obsession crowd out even the most basic governing responsibilities? Unfortunately, it seems we already have our answer. The Democratic leader said at a press conference yesterday that his party intends to filibuster funding for our armed forces. Democrats have plenty of time and energy for their 3-year-old journey to impeach the president, but they can't get to yes on funding our service members. That's about as clear a statement of priorities as you can get around here. Just a few days ago, U.S. Special Forces executed a daring mission and took out the founder of ISIS. It was the clearest possible reminder that the national security of the United States and the missions of our service members do not pause for partisan politics. But less than a week later, for political purposes, Senate Democrats say they will refuse to secure funding for those very same missions. Washington Democrats have talked up a storm in recent days criticizing the administration's approach to Syria and the Middle East. Lots of talk, but apparently they're not concerned enough about the Middle East and fighting ISIS to actually vote for the funding that keeps the missions going. And consider this, Mr. President, if Democrats filibuster this defense funding as they've threatened to, they will literally be filibustering the exact kind of military assistance for Ukraine over which they are trying to impeach the president. Let me say that again. This legislation is what appropriates the money for the Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative, precisely the program that Democrats are trying to impeach President Trump for supposedly slow-walking. And yet, tomorrow, right here in the Senate, they say they're going to filibuster funding for the exact same program. Only in Washington would you see a show like that. They want to impeach the president for delaying assistance to Ukraine while they block funding for the program themselves. I'd say it's unbelievable, except that's exactly what's happening. Look, I think it's pretty clear our Democratic colleagues do not have a great affinity for President Trump. But the country cannot afford for Democrats in Congress to take a one-year vacation from any productive legislation just because they'd rather obsess over impeachment. ISIS and other radical terrorists are not going to hit the pause button because Democrats won't fund the U.S. military. Strategic competitors like Russia and China are not going to hit pause because Democrats would rather hurt the White House than fund our military commanders. Look, Congress needs to do its work. We need to fund our armed forces. Tomorrow's vote will tell us which senators are actually ready to do it.